read that paragraph on page 4? Okay. What was the gist of that paragraph? According to who?
According to the paragraph.
Yeah, but who was talking in that paragraph?
The doctor.
Okay, do you guys agree that it was the doctor? Oh, you can't even tell, can you? Read the sentence right up above that paragraph. The sentence right there. Who was speaking? Her dad, exactly. Her dad was talking. This is what the dad was saying. So how do you think the dad is feeling? Ethan? Very sad. Sad, and how else might he be feeling? Why grateful? I hadn't thought of that. Do you think he might be grateful even though she's so badly hurt? Why? But she didn't die. Okay. So, can you imagine? Oh, yes, Brianna. He might be mad. Why? You know what? That is a good thought. When we go back and start reading the whole part that we're going to read today, I want you to keep in mind this paragraph and see if he's mad, sad, or grateful. See if when you read all of it together, it's going to help you understand this information. Okay? What I want us to do now is I want us to read this paragraph together, thinking that he might be feeling mad, or sad, or grateful. You guys do that with me? All right, let's go. Heather was completely black. Her hair and eyebrows had been burned off. Her hands were burned through to the bone, and there was no skin left on her face, he says. It was the worst moment of my life. Let's take that phrase right there, that last one. Do you think he was saying, it was the worst moment of my life? No. So I want us to just read that phrase like you think Dad said it. Let's try. And listen. It was the worst. Yeah. I think you're exactly right. Okay, perfect. All right, you can close your books. And over here on the board, I've written a couple of words. These have more than one syllable. I want you to look for parts that you do know, Brianna, so that you can try and sound it out, all right? Does anybody see a part of this word that they know? The X right here, very good. Anybody else see a word that they know, a part that they know? Shun. Shun, right here. Very good. Now, this is the only chunk that's left. What kind of a syllable is that? Is that a closed syllable? Open syllable? Open. Very good. So what does that mean? Does this O say ah or O? Awesome. So let's sound this word out together. Ready? Explosion. Now blend it.
Explosion.
Explosion. Very good. Let's try this one. Who sees a chunk that they know? Next. Nary. He knows that chunk right there. Very good. Ord. And then we have the I, and remember, does I change its sound when it's in an open syllable in the middle of a word? No. So let's sound out this word. Ordinary. Ordinary. Very good. One more. Ready? Who's next? Meant. All right, you can see meant. Brianna. Lop. D. That's what is that called when it's at the beginning of the word? We're working on it in spelling. A prefix, very good. And so next, you know what this part right here would say, V-E-L? Vel, because it's what kind of a syllable? Is it open or closed? It's closed. Very good. So let's sound this out. Ready? D, vel. Let's blend this together. Devel. Add this. Up. Development. Now blend it all together. Development. Excellent. So these were 3 tricky words that I thought we'd find in the text. Okay? So, but they weren't very tricky for you. That's awesome. All right. Now, I want us to look at 2 more words. We've been working with words that drop an E, right, at the end of the word to add ing or ed. So these are 2 words from what we're going to read that I want you to take a look at, okay? Okay, give yourself a second to look at those. Try to remember if this is going to say short or long, short or long. This is a tricky one. Try and think if you had an E there and how you would know. Ethan, do you remember how you know if there's an E there or not? Before we added this suffix? What would happen to this letter right here? Do you want to phone a friend? All right. Does anybody know what would happen to that letter there? Who do you want to phone? Brianna, who's phoning you. What would we see here with the V? Why do you know there would be an E there? Because there's not 2 V's there, right? If we had 2 V's, then this would be what? A short sound, right? Good. Okay, so what is this word then? Surviving. Very good. There used to be an E here. We know that because there's only 1 consonant there. It hasn't doubled. Okay? How about this tricky word? Rachel. Noticing. Was there an E here? Yes, there was. And why does this C say instead of K? You're close, but is the I before it or after it? But what was there but after it? Can that make that C say as well?
Yes.
You're right. Good. Okay. Now, quickly, we're going to take a look at a couple of words. I'd like you to turn to page 3 in your text. Page 3. Okay. It's the one with the can on fire there. I want you to think about this word, regret. What do you think you'd see at the beginning of regret? R-E, very good. What do you think you'd see at the end of regret? Next. At the end, regret. A T. I want you to look on that page, scan it, and see if you can find the word regret on page 3. Oh, you think you found it? Okay. All right, Rachel thinks she found it. Where do you think you found it, Rachel? Which paragraph is that? The first paragraph. Did everybody find the word regret? I want you to take your fingers like this and frame it. Okay? Frame the word regret. Okay? Does that look like the word regret? Okay, good. Now, right there. I'm going to read you the sentence, and I want you to tell me what you think the word regret means. Okay? Her mom was to regret that decision for the rest of her life. Brianna, what do you think regret means?
It means, regret means when you, if you do something, you regret it, or you like do to feel separate. Also, you regret it because people might be in there.
Okay, So how could what's a phrase or a word that would mean the same as regret?
Regret,
You gave a great example. Do you want to phone a friend to help you with that? You wish you'd never done it. Do you think that's what regret means? Sorrow over an action or words. Have you ever said anything to someone that you regretted saying? Yeah. Have you ever done anything that you wish you hadn't done? That's regret. That's regret. Very good. Now I'd like you to turn to page 4. This is a tricky one. I want you to take your 2 fingers and I want you to find the word that would read like this. Nylon.